there are a few of us from a few different pirate clans out hunting Prussians. And we're going to see who, if anyone, we can find. I'm out here with Captains Mortis and Mark Bonny and a bunch of other folks. And I think we're kind of following Shab's plans. All right.
I think any Prussians who sail in this direction are in for a bit of a shock.
That they might be. What do we have? We have Le Requin, that wonderful lateen-rigged, red-sailed little Xebec. And who's that? Virtue. We have Bruce in the Trincomalee. We have Shab in one I don't recognize. Maybe that's a Navy brig or something. And my plan is to follow. Oh. We have been struggling for a while with the Prussian presence here. See that horrible Prussian flag flying. Alright, we're headed to Grand Turk. Let's see if we can raise up any Prussians. Anyway, the Prussian presence here at Salina Point has been a recurring pain point as they send out ships to harass our peaceable pirate shipping, because that's totally how this works. There's an AI frigate far to starboard.
With 3 smalls and 3 mediums.
That might be a little much.
Let me invite some folks to the group so we can form a battle group. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, 3 mediums, 3 smalls. 7 against us if we were all 6 should be fine, but I think our agenda is to possibly find some PvP.
Yeah, I would have been surprised had this group been up for hunting AI pirates tonight.
Yeah.
I see the captain of the Le Requin just doing donuts around us back here.
That's kind of what they do.
It does make me a tiny bit sad that there are no crew dummies in the overworld view, because I would love to send somebody up the mast to wave at the guy sailing past me.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
That would be fun.
What is the appropriate protocol for approaching a ship at sea when you have no radio and really only flags for communication and distance?
So there's a whole lot of stuff. Fun story. There's, in this period, communication by flags, of course, running flags up that can communicate different things. Hey, if you two would like to join, I'm going to kill that group. If you would join the group that Shab has begun. We can do it that way. Sorry.
Just did that.
Just doing administrivia, as it were. Anyway, so you can run flags up the mast to communicate things, and there would be like secret signals to be like, yes, you actually are a friend. The flag you're flying is true. You can fire guns to send signals. And you can also do things like if you want to just signal distress. There's always having sails flying loose. There's a few different things you can do with things like that, just to say, in the absence of all other kinds of signaling. Epic event? No, that's a first-rate epic event. Or it's a first rate, according to the way that it's written there. Anyway, I
I'll
interrupted
admit that
myself.
running directly with the wind is not my ideal point of sail here.
No, nor is it for the requin.
I actually can't see where we've left the requin. Oh, there she is behind me.
I'm gonna try and do a little communication here.
Much appreciated. I'm tacking downwind again.
I'm feeling awkward with a combination of text and speech here, but they're in their own TeamSpeak and we're in our own Discord, so. But Requin, the Prince de Neuf, catching up. Not all square rigged, but it helps to have a variety of ships, you know.
Yeah, once we find something to shoot at, the mix of maneuverability will make it very easy to bracket somebody.
Yeah. One of the things I really like to do if I'm in a battle with a bunch of, larger frigates, like the Indefatigable or the Surprise or whatever, and I'm in something smaller, a sloop like the Prince de Neufchâtel, is I like to go for their sails, because then I don't have to worry about how thick their hull armor is. Mm-hmm. And I'll let
and often if you're having difficulty with maneuvering, it's easier to get a beat on the sails as well.
Exactly. I'll just send lots and lots of chain shot into their sails, and let my heavier ships do whatever it is they want to do against essentially incapacitated targets. The other thing you can do is get lots of stern rakes in, because you can pretty much always be on their stern.
There's a Constitution off to the southeast with 4 mediums and 2 larges.
Yeah.
And an enemy player with a blue and yellow flag.
Ooh, Swede. Yep, we're headed to the Swede. They're going to be pulling us all in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't see. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, there we go. I was trying to find you, Mortis, but you were off in a direction.
Captain Shab is asking you to turn in. Captain Shab was asking Mortis to turn towards.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to type to somebody else that is not in this group to tell them that I'm in a bigger fleet right now. And then everybody started turning.
What are they in? That's a Trincomalee. That nice white stripe. Someone better be tagging it. Yep, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna sail on the open world as much as I can. Try and get up in there. Yeah, Swedes are not the sworn enemies of the pirates, but they are troublesome.
What was it about sworn enemies of all mankind?
Oh,
I'd
yes.
say Swedes are human, technically.
Hostis humani generis, I believe, is the phrase. Which in turn reminds me that I wanted to talk about the investigation I'd done into when this game is actually set, which is a very hard question to actually answer, it seems. Alright, let's turn about and join and hope that the wind in the battle instance matches the wind in the overworld still.
Oh, it doesn't. I'm now straight into the wind.
Awesome.
I'm loading down on chain shot here.
I mean, I think 6 of us jumping on a Trincomalee is...
This will be brief and nasty.
Alright. The wind's not too bad. But switching to chain after the prep phase is over means I don't have it loaded already. Oh well.
Yeah, I slightly missed the prep phase as well.
Yeah, it's worth getting into a battle quickly sometimes just for that. Well, it's worth all, gathering up, but this ship was escaping us pretty well. Alright, let's see if I've resolved my audio problems. Can I actually hear you if you talk while I'm firing a broadside?
Well, only one way to find out.
Yeah, I think I can.
And
excellent.
Wait, this battle's going to be over by the time I get anywhere near it.
Oh lord, that's not even remotely close.
Alright.
I'm like...
83% sales. I think we might have the advantage here, just,
Oh, there. Ooh, actually, I might
We've
be
got
able
them
to.
outnumbered and outgunned.
What was that, Mortis?
I might actually be able to intercept him on this tack.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
We're going to be milking that one all stream.
Oh, that's fine. I'm never shy away from a good pun.
All right. Yeah, winged their sails a bit.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one all the way out here.
No, you've got good company.
Who's, oh, Desiree Hooten is the fleet. Okay. Yeah, I think that Virtue had to tag it just because it was escaping so successfully, but I'm a little worried for them under the circumstances. They're taking some heavy broadsides, but they're giving as good as they're getting. Wow. If you look at
How are they reloading that quickly?
There are lots and lots of different perks you can take that can improve that. I've just been switching to powder monkeys lately for everything, because it turns out that having powder monkeys really helps.
It does. And it also turns out that having open powder holes is not a good idea.
So
yeah,
that's
what I'm on right now, and I worry about fire.
Yeah. Well, for a while there, I was with that.
Ooh,
and,
a few of those bounced. A lot of those bounced ultimately. Should have waited until she presented her stern. Yeah, I just discovered why not to board a ship that's on fire. Recently, I attacked.
I learned that
Sorry.
I learned that early on. I boarded a ship and it blew up and took me out. You got lucky.
Oh, I got totally lucky. I mean, it was a small, like, trader snow, so it couldn't blow up that much anyway. But it was very much one of those. It was probably not worth the cargo, or it wouldn't have been if I had sunk for sure. It was just very lucky.
It would be impolite of me to fire through Virtue, wouldn't it?
Yes, I do think it would be. Bouncing their shots at an angle, straightening out, losing some way in the process.
Bruce on some of the most amazing piloting I think I've ever seen.
And we're into a nice lock.
Sorry about that, Rogelio. I think that hit you.
What was that? There was cannons
Sorry about
roaring in
that,
my ear.
Rogelio. I think that hit you.
Ooh. And there's Shab and you, Mortis, up ahead. Perfect. Cut them off just when they think they've got us. And,
I don't know if I can spin fast enough.
oh, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
How's your manual sail management? Oh, you're
okay.
fine. You're fine.
Oh, darn it. I turned too soon on that. Come on, a little bit further over. I'm getting better.
Oh, yes. More sail damage. Zoe asks on stream, do you get set on fire? The answer is absolutely sometimes, and if you're on fire for too long, your sails burn and your magazine blows up. So if you set someone else on fire, it's sometimes worth getting away, especially if their crew are otherwise occupied and can't be bothered to put the fire out.
Okay, is there anybody astern of him right now? No. Good.
Astern of him?
Pretty much all of us now.
Well, no, there was a nice big hole that I could do shot right through you guys and not hit you.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Excellent.
Because I'm going to try to empty all my magazines of chain right now and then switch to something bigger.
That is a stern rake. Oh, yes. Their rudder's down.
1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1. I don't want grape.
If I get the chance, I'll board him, says Virtue. And take the trink.
Oh.
I am skeptical that chance will arise. But we'll see.
I'm just sniping at their sails from a distance here.
Oh, came out of that turn too slowly. Missed my chance to fire some more chain shot. There we
I
go.
would have known that before I changed out of chain.
What I love is when
Okay, I'm still loaded for bear here.
Is that double charge?
No, it was actually chain for once. I figured everybody else had hull damage and under control.
That's totally fair. Yeah, with a tiny ship like the Princeton of Neuchâtel in this context, double charge could still help you probably like pierce a hull here, or double charge, double shot, whichever.
I didn't find a clear line to get close enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a little bit pell-mell. I found that there was such a thing as triple charge in the period, even.
A little harder than cannons, I would expect.
Shot me by accident. I just cut off somebody.
Oh, sorry, what was that? Again, cannons.
I think I just got... Yeah. Anybody back there? No.
Alright. He has no structure. He is sinking.
Oh, then it's not worth trying to demask him like I'm trying here. Oh, sorry. I just hit somebody.
I see we have some salt in chat.
Oh, there's definitely some salt in chat. He says, wow, acting like noobs. Says someone else, says Bruce, says the guy casually sailing in pirate territory. So, you know, why MMV, I guess. Alright.
Alright, battle's over.
I mean, I appreciate that, like, it sucks to be set upon by 6 people at once, but at the same time, you're in the middle of someone else's territorial waters. It is risky. This is why I don't necessarily, like, just go sailing up to, you know, the U.S. coast or something. There's an AI Gravant.
Am I the first one out here?
No, everyone's invisible for a
flag yet.
Sorry?
Oh, all
No,
I was
I'm
saying is
not.
I couldn't see anyone else's flag yet.
There we go. There's 2 people. Oh, I see you.
You're revisible.
Ooh, La Grosse. They're always good for good cargo.
Yeah. Oops.
I love hunting them in my surprise because I just sit there, take out their sails, stern rake them, and then board them.
All right. We're headed easterly. Yeah? Okay. Ooh, 3 PvP marks. Nice.
Uh,
Oh, I got gold and XP, but not one mark. I didn't do enough damage.
I think you have to do a fair amount of damage to get that. But PvP marks, my goal is to get 300 of them and get the Navy Loodsman report, because that is like a 5% ship increase skill. Which, obviously, who does not want 5% extra speed on their ship?
That would be quite lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's the single most expensive thing you can get with PvP marks at 300 of them. And I'm at grand total of 4 of them now. So, obviously I don't do a lot of PvP, and when I do, it's mostly that thing about wrecking their sails that I was saying to you.
mm-hmm.
There are also other things you can get with PvP marks. There are notes, which you can convert into a ship of whatever wood and planking you want. So you just do a lot of PvP and turn it into, bang, a ship. While I'm sailing, I'm also holding up my cat for the stream. In the grand tradition of ship's
kitty
cats.
man.
He's a very good mouser, it turns out, despite the fact that he's huge and lazy. We had a mouse once, and he was...
He may be huge and lazy, but mice are small and delicious.
It's that. Yeah, he's very food motivated. All right.
There we go.
He's also very intent on occupying my entire lap
Cats will do that.
and grabbing my arm. All right. If I can have my hand back from his intense licking, I want to see what they're saying in the battle group.
Not much of interest. There's a question about repair and a congratulations from Captain Chab.
Oh, I should actually repair a little bit. Barely damaged.
I believe I nailed you in the sails by accident once.
It happens. It happens.
What are we sailing towards there?
We're headed towards Parrot.
Parrot, okay.
There's been a recurring problem with Prussians trying to take it, so I think we were going to see about interfering in their plans. They've gotten hostility up to 17.5%. So if we spot any Prussians around here, it's on us to...
Unprussian them.
Yes, to un-Prussian them. That's the phrase.
There is a open world battle ahead.
I'm not seeing it. Oh, there we go. Low down there.
Spain, but...
Yeah, looks like 250 to 150, 1 to 1. I'm not too concerned about needing to help them, but whatever. I'll spend some repairs. My bow's a bit damaged, that's really it. I can burn 4 repairs on that. Oh, and
whichever one of our compatriots is pirating a Turkonally managed to float directly across my bow during that fight, close enough that I could have reached out and painted the hull without breaking my bowsprit off.
Well, it was also extra hard because we were hunting a Trincomalee, so it doesn't, immediately look like a different ship, I suppose.
I believe it was Bruce, actually.
Is Bruce the one in it? Or is it Shab? It might be Shab. I don't recall. All right. I'm going to trust Shab to lead us on to whatever.
Yeah, I'm grateful that the game doesn't model provisions.
Yeah, however much I like deep sims, I do share that gratitude. One of the things that comes up in the Aubrey Maturin thing is, having to head into port for water, or having to feed your prisoners after you take a ship, things like that. Like, provisions are a pain.
Mm-hmm. And every single person is another mouth to feed.
Yep. They get stuck at one point with 50 extra prisoners from a ship captained by a senior captain, who just foists them off on him from his frigate. He's like, "We have too many. I don't care that you're already full of prisoners. Here, have our prisoners." And everything sucks, you know.
Everything sucks, and they're dying.
Yeah. That's about where I am in the book right now, so I don't know what comes of it. But Zoe says, "De-Hessian them." I think it would be Hessian, but obviously the Hessians and the Prussians are different, right? So the Hessians give us cavalry and top boots. The Prussians don't really give us navy, but in this game they do, so that's magical. All right.
There's a joke in here somewhere about the deep blue sea. I just can't quite find it.
Ooh, that's an obscure joke. Extra points for that.
You're welcome.
I feel like there's a joke in here somewhere, but I can't find it, is also a recurring thing about Germany at this point in time. Man, so much cat fur. All right.
So there's Mortimer.
Where are we headed?
Parrot.
Yes.
Bruce is taking a northwesterly tack here.
Oops.
Oh, I think a few people were more severely damaged in the battle, and they wanted to stop in to Parrot for repairs. If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think someone's maybe in harbor. I don't know. I'm just gonna head out. If we're going to Grand Turk from Parrot Cay, we're gonna have to go all the way around those shallows. But that's the shape of it. All right.
Yeah, Bruce is calling us to wait as well.
Zoe, yes, it's a Prussian blue joke. That's, yeah, exactly.
Hi, Zoe.
So we're up. Where is? Oh, there's Parrot Cay. It's way over there.
Yeah. We're over in
Okay.
Turks and Caicos now.
Sorry. Just kind of checking out the map because I'm not as familiar with it as I should be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're all here, I think. Where do you usually sail, Mortis? What waters?
Mostly right now around Mortimer and Pitt.
Mortimer and Pitt. Pitt's pretty good quiet waters for the most part. Oh,
Yeah.
Cat's food just came and he shot off my lap like a cannon. Pitt's good for sort of quiet AI hunting, though I would recommend taking a look at Atwood as well, or up near Port Howe if you're okay with shallow ships. There's a lot of activity going through the Exuma Channel.
I like going out and hunting the Bellas. Like I said, I could take one, and they always give lots of good money.
Yeah.
Takes a while to do it without getting too much damage, but there's always Bellas going by Pitt up to Little Ocean for some reason.
To Little Inagua?
Little Inagua, I mean, yeah. Little Ocean is a ship. Little Inagua is a port. Anyways.
All right. I think we're heading out now.
Too many littles.
Tinies. Right? Why are we heading north? Is that the tack we're taking? All right. I guess it is. We're going over Turks and Caicos, which I guess is a little closer. If we had shallow draft vessels, we could cut straight over that bank.
Yeah, I mean, I could sail over there and meet you, but then I wouldn't get to partake in any of this cannon fire.
Well, you could sail over there and meet us, but then if a Prussian did show up, you would not have a good day also. There's advantage to traveling in numbers.
But I find Prussians tend to travel in numbers too.
Yeah. Prussians took
I
Lorimers
try not to find Prussians.
a little bit ago, which is unfortunate. We've been trying to build some hostility to get it back. Should actually have taken hostility.
I do
mission
feel
now.
like we've been bleeding ports fairly steadily here.
Yeah, I've been actually doing a little analysis on the NA map, if you've seen that one. It's a wonderful tool that someone made.
I have.
Most of the pirate clans are actually money negative on their ports. We only have 2 clans that are making profit on their ports.
Is not one of them.
No, it is not. We only have 1 port, and it's a shallow water port, so...
and it's kind of out of the way of everything.
Yeah, it is. We're working on having some more trading missions just to spend our own money there and then turn it into more money by selling the goods.
Through the magic of economics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Game economics especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you call this?
Yeah,
economics, the aristocrats?
What do you call this? The dismal science?
But the Prussians are in a similar situation. Only 2 of their clans are making money. But they're 2 of the most troublesome clans. Specifically Thaler and Hansa, which both own a large chunk, if I recall correctly, of the northern coast of Hispaniola. Aloha, who has a lot of ports, including the Turks and Caicos stuff, they're the most sort of militarily expansive Prussians right now. They have been hemorrhaging money, and our hope is that Lorimers will become too expensive for them to hold on to, but merely waging an economic war of attrition is not, like, a way to win. So...
Well, we could blockade them. I mean, sit us out of their port and just sink everything that comes by.
You know, that's not a terrible idea. An effective blockade...
You just have to get enough people to be able to do it on a 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you need to worry about trade missions happening overnight when everybody's gone to bed.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Right.
If you can surround the globe
even
correctly, though.
Repairs up would be useful.
But yeah, if you can arrange the right sort of blockade, that would definitely increase the cost for them. And that would be compelling. I really like the way that the structure of the game causes things that are like the stuff that you read about in the period, though, right? Like, we're doing Coast Guard missions, protecting our waters from other nations' depredations. We're, setting up a blockade to make them not want a port. Though, to be perfectly frank, it doesn't include any land battles or politics, so there's always that missing piece.
Wait for it. Game's still in beta.
Just wait until this game secretly turns into diplomacy or gnomic.
Ooh. Diplomacy on the seas would be a bloody nightmare.
Would it be gunboat diplomacy?
Womp womp.
Yeah, I just made the punning husky face, so... Apparently today is the pun stream.
Well, something has to happen. Something has to happen.
It's
so
true.
So far our battles have been kind of...
I will grant that was a very one-sided battle.
You are really hanging off far off to the side there.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to do a big tack because I am not sailing as well into the wind as the rest of y'all.
Well, I'm not even sure where we're trying to... what tack we're trying to be on here.
Well, we're trying to make our way around the northern coast of Turks and Caicos over to Grand Turk.
Gotcha.
And as Shab says, this wind is the worst. Lol.
Yeah, I just saw that. The sad point is I do have to get up early tomorrow morning. It's getting late. I keep sailing further and further away from my home port.
Well, if you do need to duck out, you should feel free to. I think we'll manage.
I'm going to sail for just... If I did a tow request from here, could I get back to Mortimer, or would it only get me back to the closest...
Closest deep water, so I think it would drop you at Grand Turk.
Oh, which is...
Or Parrot, actually. I think we might be closer to Parrot. I've actually never used a tow request, so I don't know how they work.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that somebody else would know. Ooh, he went that way.
All hail the pun seas, says Zoe.
Ooh.
Yes.
Tell her she's all wet.
Womp womp. This is a nice little fleet, nice little battle group. But I am sailing.
It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Yeah, there is that. I'm going to fall behind you all as I try and tack more northerly to avoid this running into the shoreline problem.
Virtue, Gator, and I are having an absolute scream in this wind. This is perfect for us.
You can have it.
So I'm actually doing pretty good right now on a just shy of a southeast tack.
Well, I was too far south already to do that. That was what was driving me into the shore.
Gotcha.
I've been working on my compass points, so would you say that's a southeast by south tack that you were taking?
Actually, no. Southeast by east.
Southeast by east, okay.
Because I'm closer to southeast, so it'd be southeast by east.
And I'm falling far enough behind that a few people are just dinging away out of sight.
Oh dear, you really have fallen way back. Should I call for a...
No, I can make it there.
Virtue's on it.
Zoe also says, "Excuse you, I'm very dry." But given that I am the one in the semi-arid, high-altitude Colorado environment, I think I'm drier, so there. So, yeah, I was thinking about what time period this game takes place in. And from what I've been able to tell, looking at the map, we have French green zone control of Louisiana, i.e. it can't be taken from them. So it's before 1803, which is the Louisiana Purchase. We have pirates in the Bahamas in a serious way, which to me would suggest like 17-aughts, maybe 17 teens. All of the like Jacobites and stuff that ended up there, and Teach and Vane, and my absolute favorite pirate, Stede Bonnet, the most inept in the Golden Age of piracy.
He basically blundered through the entire Golden Age of piracy, somehow coming up smelling like roses.
Well, until he was hanged for piracy, but
Minor issues.
Yeah, I mean, that happened to most of them, right? He did get a pardon and then went back to piracy.
Yeah, we could ever accuse him of making good decisions.
No. I mean, seeing as he became a pirate to avoid having to deal with, like, marital problems, yeah, good decisions is not his strong suit.
No.
So, anyway, those are sort of outer bounds, I guess, but obviously most of the ships are like 1790s, maybe some 1760s. Prince de Neufchâtel was, I think 1812, so obviously there are a few that are from the future or something. Ooh, it's a Bellona up ahead, and another ship of the line. That might be a little bit of a stretch. And that's a Bellona and 4 mediums. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll follow. We'll see what Shab does. Anyway.
I believe he's ignoring them entirely.
I think that's reasonable. Our goal is PvP.
Spoke too soon.
Well, he might just be going around the...
Okay, so that's where we are.
Island.
Okay. I think once we make it all the way around the island, I have to bow out and head towards Mortimer.
That's fair.
I'll stick with you guys until then.
That's fair. Lormers. Shouldn't be Prussian. Should be ours. Rawr. Anyway, I would peg this as probably the 1790s, maybe 18-aughts, just based on the preponderance of when the ships are and what the layout of the Caribbean is, but with added pirates because you can't not have pirates in a game like this, right?
Right.
Yeah, by that point, naval control over the area was fairly well consolidated, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, so, let's see. I mean, you have Spain controlling most of everything historically, right? You have a little bit of a Dutch presence, a little bit of a French presence, a little bit of Danish and Swedish presences. Obviously, they added Prussia, Russia, and Poland, Lithuania, just for funsies. You do have the Americans. I guess. You have the Brits controlling Jamaica and a lot of the Bahamas at that point. But actually, one of the things that happened is that the Brits took over control of colonial possessions for other countries that Napoleon had invaded. Oh, as a favor. So, like,
That's a hell of a favor.
I know, right? So the Danish West Indies, which became the Virgin Islands, during the Napoleonic Wars, the Brits just went and took control of them, just, for the Danish crown, holding them in, just temporarily. And similarly with
in trust, or at
Swedish
least at gunpoint.
Yeah. They did this at other points, too, though. I mean, that's how the Brits got control of Tanzania, for example. I think it was in World War I, actually. They took some German possessions in Africa, including Tanzania. And we're just like, nope, this is ours now. Until Tanzanian independence. The Tonga Declaration. All those things that I love. Looks like we're coming around towards Grand Turk now.
Yeah, where is Grand Turk? Straight ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Sea Fox likes my comment
shallows.
about the favorable wind DLC. Just
Okay.
give them $30 or whatever, and the wind will always be behind you.
Cool.
You could do it 10 cents at a time to just change the wind any direction at any point.
How shallow is all that shallows? Would I have to sail around Bloody Cay, or could I sail through that?
Blondell, you mean? You're in a surprise. You're gonna have to sail around it.
Bloody Cay. Yeah, Blundell Cay. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sail around it. You'll run aground on that.
Bummer.
Yeah. It's not.
Captain Shab is pulling off to the east by southeast here. Sorry, I know not to do that.
What?
Oh, that's fine.
No, not to do what?
Completely mangle my directions.
Oh. Didn't notice. I just heard Captain Shab is pulling off and went with that.
Oh. Actually, it looks like he's going right back in.
Yeah, you may have just been tacking around.
Yeah, I think we're trying to get behind the island. If you see, the docks are on the other side, so... if we're on the back side of it, we can maybe surprise ships coming out a little bit more easily.
Yeah, but aren't we like in their protected water areas here?
No, because the Prussians don't have any.
Ah,
Yep.
that's interesting.
The Prussians, the Russians, and the Poles don't have a capital anywhere in the Caribbean, and thus they have no green zones.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, where's he going now?
I thought he was trying to line up for just sitting and waiting, but...
I think we're just discussing where we might go, because I think we were hoping to encounter Prussians here.
Okay. Well, since I know where I am at Grand Turk here, I think this is where I'm going to bow out.
It's been a
And
pleasure.
Thank you for
try to
sailing
make
with
my way
us.
back to happier waters. Let's see here. Oh, that means I have to go down to Bloody Cay first.
That's its name forever now.
It is, sorry. The print on my screen is very small because I have a very big screen. All right. Been a pleasure.
Fair winds to you.
Fair winds. Ooh,
Have a good evening.
pointing in the complete wrong direction, too. And let's hope I don't encounter anybody.
Yeah, I wish you luck on that.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to head towards Hispaniola. That's the consensus. Which is pretty much just south from here. Let's see if we encounter anything. All right. Mortis, we're going to be following you for a bit anyway.
Okay.
At least
Oh.
in that direction. No, that's an AI. I've mostly been not attacking anyone in PvP. I've mostly been like jumping in to defend people. But it is a more interesting mode of play because so much of this kind of naval combat involves sort of predicting what the other captain might do. And you can judge an AI pretty quickly. So...
yeah, the AI's decision making tends to be fairly static.
Yeah. So actually sort of dealing with another human and trying to guess what they might do matters. Though, of course, when it's 6-on-1, that's less important. But
what they're going to do is sink.
I mean, pretty much.
If they're lucky, they might catch fire first.
Can I get through this channel? Can I?
Cannot.
Can I not get through this channel? I saw the surprise go over it, but like the Indefatigable's a bigger ship, no mistaking.
Yeah, I barely made it over.
Okay. Through the magic of being able to turn on a dime and not actually damaging your ship by running aground, I'm just going to go the other way. See you all when I make it around.
On the other side of the silence.
Yeah. I think I might be... I mean, the Indefatigable is one of the largest fifth rates. So I'm probably in one of the largest vessels in this entire little fleet we've got. Mortis, you might want to mention in the battle group that you're going to be peeling off.
Oh.
Because I think they're saying,
right.
Why aren't you heading south?
Oh.
All right. Coming in to join you all. All right.
I think I said that in the battle group. Yes.
Looks correct to me.
Yeah, we're good. Zoe is very impressed with the sunsets in this game.
And you get to see them so frequently.
I think the skies in the game are pretty great, though. Like, just... They do a good job of making the just sailing from place to place be gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it adds a lot. And I think the decision to have the nights be quite short is actually the right decision, even though I miss being able to navigate by stars.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
If...
That is the one thing about this game that does bug me, is that there isn't better navigation. Because they could tell where they were.
Well...
Through navigating by stars and by sun. Pretty darn close.
I mean, there are a lot of factors, right? And, like, you could tell your longitude really well. Or you could tell your latitude really well. Your longitude was always a problem. So, like, maybe if they could give us some of that information, like, your approximate latitude and your very approximate longitude or something. But I think at that point, you start...
Would actually be really nice.
Sorry, what was that?
A small sun-setting mini-game or star-setting mini-game would actually be a really nice touch for narrowing that down.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you become a little bit more like Puzzle Pirates or something, where it's like you're playing these different mini-games. I don't know. It could also be interesting just to sort of be like, hey, high-quality navigator is an upgrade you can get who can actually tell you that.
That's what I was about to suggest. You know, if you don't have a navigator, you could tell you where you are within, I don't know, 2 nautical miles, 5 nautical miles, or something like that. If you get a navigator, it narrows it down. If you get a good navigator, it narrows it down. And that's just another upgrade in choice.
A gimbaled clock to narrow it down east to west.
Well, there is a nautical clock.
Better navigator to narrow it down north to south.
There is a nautical clock upgrade you can get, but it just increases your speed for some reason.
I mean, that's probably the closest they can do to making you better at navigating.
Right, just like the copper plating increases your speed instead of like decreasing the rate at which your speed degrades while you're at sea. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. There is a distinct lack of Prussians. One of the things I would love to do, and I think that this data is accessible somewhere, I'm just not sure where yet, is track what players of what nations of what clans are on at what times.
You may be able to work that out. There is some information about players in the Caisson feeds.
Yeah, I think I can pull appropriate feeds and find that, but I have enough else on my plate that I haven't done it. Stormcrow asks if anyone's getting sunk near Mortimer. I don't think so, but I don't know. None of us are there, so. I'm gonna cut my sails a little bit. Slow down for y'all. With 6
Why does the chat have to be terrible?
Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Totally gone out of my head now. Just no need for the drive-by homophobia. What was I saying? I was saying something about, I don't know, sales or whatever. Ooh, there's Hispaniola. We're all here.
I think this is the first time I've been down in these waters.
Lechner asks, what woods are you using? Your ship's so fast. This is mahogany teak. Not particularly fast woods or anything, but they're not giving me huge penalty to it, at least. Also, I'm sailing at a very good point of sail for this ship, so, you know.
Yeah, a good handle on the sail points can make a big difference in speed, especially in Overworld where everything's amplified.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making liberal use of my ignore button here.
Yeah. This might lead to some finding a different set of folks to sail with.
You never know how these things are going to turn out until you're way out at sea with them.
That's, I feel, the recurring thing about, you know, shipmates, right?
As long as it's not your turn in the barrel, you're good.
Happy Tuesday.
All right. I'm not seeing any but AIs. Oh, right. I was talking about gathering data from the API. That was what I was talking about. Which I think would be worthwhile. It's just, you know, plenty else on my plate. It would be interesting to see sort of who's on when, get a sense of when you might want to, like, do hostility missions or port battles or trade freely or whatever. I just think it could be interesting.
Yeah, and having that kind of information puts you in an interesting position if you actually want to start advising the pirate crews.
Well, that's something I've been trying to work on more. As I say, I've been taking a look at, like, what countries are profit positive on their ports and things like that. which I think is the beginning of that information.
Do you have a sense of how much money is likely sloshing around, as in how long can those negative ports be sustained?
No, I don't know what their reserves are at all. So, yeah, that's an unknown. But, in any case, I think we've been going about an hour. Not seeing many ships to engage with. I think I'm gonna end the stream here and catch you all another time. Thank you for joining me.
It's been a pleasure.